What's going on, everybody? For USA Muay Thai, my name's Nate Freeman. I'm joined today by Andy Kiecker. He is the U23 81 kilo gold medalist representing us and going to Thailand in May. Andy, how you doing?
Good. How about you?
Fantastic. All right, so mentioned that you're the under 23 81 kilo representative for 2023. You did that by defeating Jules Rouse-Cottle by unanimous decision. Um, Talk to me about your whole, not just the fight with Jules, but the event as a whole, the national championships.
Yeah, it was an awesome event. It was really cool being out there and you know, being at elevation there. That was a different experience there. The fight was the good fight I had. I had a good fight. Um, Tough dude, but just watching all the athletes too and seeing who's going to be on the team with me and just the pure Muay Thai that came out there, I thought was really good by all the athletes. So
You mentioned being excited to see other athletes. Is there anybody in particular on the team that you're excited to be teammates with?
I guess all of them because like for me too, like getting to watch everyone out there, like I think just, I mean, obviously it's the top guys from around the country, but just seeing how they all perform too, and yeah, just being able to learn from everyone too, ask questions, and um, obviously there's probably people that have been on the team before that can help me out and whatnot, but I think too just learning like mindsets from those guys are going to be big too.
Yeah, that's perfect. And then you're going, like I said, to Thailand in May to represent us at the IFMA Worlds. Talk to me about what it means to you, not only to be the best athlete under 23 at 81 kilos, but what it means to represent your country on the world stage.
Yeah, getting to represent my country, I think, is what I'm most happy about and most excited about. Because for me, I'm a patriotic dude. I love America. I think we're number one. Whatever that be, no matter what, I'll always love my country. So, getting to represent America, I think for me is very cool. And I guess yeah, being considered one of the best at under 23 is really cool as well. And for me, it's only the start. I feel like this is only the beginning uh, you know, in America, I guess I have 17 fights, and in America, that's like decent, I guess, for amateur experience, but worldwide, I mean, I'm not even scratching the surface, and that's what I want is a lot of experience in Thai boxing and in martial arts in general.
That's perfect. Yeah. So you're going over to Thailand. It's the mecca for Muay Thai athletes. Is this your first time going over there?
It is, so I get to scratch off two bucket list items going to Thailand and then getting to represent my country, so pretty awesome.
That's awesome. Is there anything in particular that you're looking forward to other there, over there, I should say, outside of the competition?
Outside of honestly, I just have my mind focused on the competition. Um, but for me too, I think the food. I'm a huge food dude. I'm in a sport that requires me to be in a weight class, so that sucks. But Thai food is my favorite food, so I'm gonna have no shortage of that. And then I guess the culture too. Like I'll be down there and getting to immerse myself in the culture, so I think that'll be very cool.
You spoke about being fully focused on the competition.
Yes.
Tell me, is there anything in particular that you're working on to sharpen your tools and to be as prepared as possible for the event in May?
Yeah. For me, I like to think of like training is I never have like I guess you could say there's camps, but for me, I'm always training. You just kind of turn it up more for me. I'm always trying to sharpen the tools I have. I'm always trying to get better. So I'm never like if I don't have a fight, I'm not training. I'm always in the gym. I'm in the gym so much the coaches will kick me out actually. Like they'll be like, "All right, you can't be here anymore. You need a rest." So for me, I'm always sharpening my tools. I never take I guess that's a lie. You do work on stuff for certain opponents, but for me, I like to just sharpen everything, not think too much about my opponent and think about what I'm going to do. So the tournament formats for me, I think, favor me.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let's backtrack a little bit. Um, how long have you been? You've been competing for a while, and you've been training for a while. And I know that you've been a fan of MMA since at least 2013, because on your Instagram you have a picture with John Dodson,
Yeah.
which is cool.
That's that's
But
such a
yeah,
weird story how I met that guy.
go ahead and tell it.
So I was, I was 13 at the time, and I was there for my sister's dance competition. She's a high level dancer, even back then she was. And we were in Vegas, and I had no idea I was staying at the hotel as the same fighters. And me and my sister had gone down to get a pizza, and this bubbly dude who's jumping all over the place looking for a lighter, uh, just walked past us, and he had his whole crew with him. And I guess you could tell when someone is somebody, if that makes sense, because they always have like an entourage, if that makes sense.
Right.
And I said a joke to him, and I said, "Oh, I know who you are," and I didn't know he was a fighter. And then I think I said like something stupid like Adam Sandler, and then he thought it was a joke, and he started laughing. And then he was like, "Oh, you really don't know who I am?" And I was like, "No." And he pointed at the poster behind me, and it was a UFC poster, and he was on the poster too, right behind me. So that's pretty funny how that happened. But
Yeah, that is funny. Were you into combat sports at that point, or were you? Um,
no, I wasn't. I had no idea really. I mean, I knew the UFC, but I didn't know him, John Dodson. And I was a fan of like a casual fan, I
yeah.
think. Uh, but I was nowhere near like I never thought anything about actually doing it,
So then at
competing
what?
in it at the time.
So then at what point did you um, decide to start training? Was that your fandom just started growing and growing, that you wanted to start training, or how did you get into it?
That's exactly it. It just started growing. Like I was into it because of the video games. I was like, this
That's
is
how I got into
crazy.
it too. Yep.
Yeah. And so I was like, I need to watch this. And then it became like a sport I liked. And then it just slowly like encapsulated like everything around me. Where I would like they used to come out with like promo videos too that it wasn't like they do now, but they'd be on YouTube like I think after the fight. I don't think they used to post them before. And then that's what really got me into it, like seeing the fighters and stuff. And then I started learning who the fighters were. And then I actually wanted to be a boxer. I wanted to box before. And then all of a sudden, I actually met a friend who was a karate kickboxer who did kickboxing. Then I was like, wait, no, I want to be a kickboxer. And then all my friends were wrestlers. And then I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to be an MMA fighter now. So it kind of like bounced around. My mom wasn't in on the deal too much. She didn't really like me fighting. But I convinced her that like this MMA was martial arts and we'd be wearing like a karate gi or whatever. And she's like, oh, that's not too dangerous or whatever. She didn't think it was the whole fighting in the cage or fighting in the ring. I kind of tricked her into that, but
Uh, oh well, you're
yeah,
paying her back for it now. You're
exactly.
representing your
She's my
country, and
biggest fan now.
yeah.
So
Oh my goodness. Okay, so at what point did you know that um, maybe that you were good at the sport? That not only are you just training to have fun and all of that, but that you can compete and that you can um, get to this stage that you're at now.
well, that's a good question because honestly, I did not have the confidence. Like I remember my first fight. I was never a good athlete for one, so I just thought I'd do it for like self-defense. I told myself I'd fight, and then the more you get into a gym, you see what's in it. And in the gym, I was terrible. Like I thought I'd get my butt whooped by like everyone. Like I didn't like I never was good sparring. So I think it was around like maybe when I was like 17, 18, I was like a little bit better in the gym, but I still wasn't like that good. And then I was like, I'm gonna take a fight. And I took a fight. My first Muay Thai fight was the first ever fight I had. I started being good in jujitsu, but that's grappling. It's way different than getting punched in the face. So what ended up happening, I took this fight and then I get paired up with like a 4-0 dude who had like 4 knockouts. Also was like a scrappy wrestler. So I was like, oh shit. Well, this is gonna decide whether or not I'm gonna be built for this. Had like an all-out war, broke my nose, and won that fight. And so after that, I was like, shit, I could do this. Like it was kind of like a wake-up call to try it. And then the more fights I had, my coach just kept pushing me further and further. And then yeah, that's pretty much how it happened. And then uh, I started getting more confidence after I won my first like national tournament. I think is where it really turned into that at the TBAs.
Yeah, that makes sense. Um, you mentioned before we started the video that you're in your work van.
Yeah.
What do you do for work, and like what are you doing right now other than the interview?
So right now, actually, I was delivering. I work. Me and my dad run a print shop out here in Minnesota. So it works good with flexible hours. I'm able to leave. I got my all my bags here. I pretty much live in this van. So I'm able to do like 2 a days, 3 a days sometimes, where I can bounce out of work, come back to work, go back to the gym, all that stuff. So I pretty much live out of this van a little bit.
Awesome, yeah. Um, what? So you're just like a delivery person? You deliver
Yeah, at
things?
the end of the day, since we're like a small business, we'll like print like business cards here, and we deliver them ourselves all over the metro. And so I was in the middle of that, heading to the gym, so I just pulled over in a parking lot here to
Okay,
this call.
great. Yeah,
That's pretty much how I got to schedule stuff. I'm so busy with work, training, that just fit stuff in the middle of it.
yeah. Well, we're glad you're here. We're glad uh,
Yeah.
to fit in between work and training. Before I let you go, really quick, there's a few rapid fire questions, and then there will be a chance at the end to shout out sponsors and things like that.
Okay.
What is your favorite striking technique?
Favorite striking technique would have to be the elbow, any kind of elbow. I love landing elbows.
Awesome. Your favorite either book,
Sorry, you cut out there.
your favorite either book or movie.
Favorite movie? Oh, we just talked about this. I'd say the Hangover series for movies. I've watched them all like 100 times.
Yeah, that's a good one. Your favorite Muay Thai athlete, and then either if your favorite athlete is not your favorite Muay Thai athlete, your favorite athlete overall.
Favorite Muay Thai athlete is gonna have to be I gotta go with Troy Jones just because training partner. He's the one that actually told me to do this tournament too. He's pushed me since last year to try to actually do this tournament. So I definitely say Troy Jones is my favorite Thai boxer. But
Shout out to
second,
him. Yeah,
second would be Bukau.
yeah,
So
he's one of the goats. Yep. Um, okay, so before I let you go, um, okay, never mind. One more question. What advice do you have to anyone who's getting started in Muay Thai or martial arts in general?
belief in yourself is number one before it's technique or anything like I was telling you before. I think I struggled with that. Um, and so I would believe in yourself before ever do anything. For me, it came after like winning fights. And you don't really realize that till like looking back, but I'd definitely say like believing in yourself, being confident, and I think that'll take you far in anything you do, just having confidence and knowing you're gonna do it and you will be
Awesome.
successful in it.
Yeah, that's great. So before I let you go, A, how can people follow you on social media? B, I know that this opportunity costs a lot of resources. So how can people support you in that way? And then I'll give you the floor to thank any sponsors, any coaches, teammates that you want to thank, anything like that.
Yeah, so what was the first question again? Sorry.
How can people follow you on social media?
Oh, Andy Kiecker, no spaces, just my name, Andy Kiecker. So it's Andy Kiecker on Instagram. Facebook, it's Andy Kiecker Jr. And actually, through Facebook, you can see my post where I put a link to a QR code to help me out, support me there, and donate whatever you want. And also, too, if you're in the Minnesota area, we're doing especially in the Twin Cities area, we're going to be doing a fundraiser barbecue with the gym. So they set that up for me.
Awesome. And where is that? And just to be clear, shout out to your gym and all of that. Where can people go to get the barbecue and all of that?
The barbecue will be in Elk River, Minnesota. The address is at my Facebook profile. It's uh, Andy Kiecker Jr. and the gym is the Academy Elk River. Also, shout out to the Academy as well in Brooklyn Center. Those are my two training uh, places, and yeah.
All right. This has been Andy Kiecker. He is representing USA Muay Thai in the under 23 division at 81 kilos. Andy, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck in May. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you then.
Yeah, and I'd like to thank I didn't bring up my sponsors, but Super Siders. Uh, they're a great company there, and working with them. If you ever got damage, storms are coming to Minnesota all the time. Hit up Super Siders. They're the best, company in the Minnesota area, out of my hometown as well of St. Michael. And also thank you to all the coaches at the Academy Elk River, Brian, Chris, Adam, all the coaches at the Academy headquarters, Greg, Nat, all them, and all my teammates as well.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank
Andy.
you.
We'll look forward to seeing you in May.
Yeah, thank you for this. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.